7. Financial decisions that change a man's life. The first financial decision that changes a man's life is establishing a solid and realistic budget. Without a clear plan, money has a way of slipping through your fingers, often spent on things that don't contribute to long-term security. A budget is more than just a tool to track expenses. It's a roadmap to financial discipline. By outlining where your money is coming from and exactly where it's going, you take control of your financial destiny. This is the foundation of any successful financial plan because it forces you to live within your means and focus on your priorities. Many men underestimate the power of a budget, thinking it limits their freedom. But the truth is, financial freedom starts with discipline. When you know exactly how much you can spend and how much you need to save or invest, you make more informed decisions. Creating a budget helps you avoid unnecessary debt and paves the way for financial growth. Instead of being led by impulses, you're directing your money toward things that matter: savings, investments, and future security. A realistic budget allows for flexibility too. It's not about cutting out all of life's pleasures, but about recognizing what's essential and what's not. You're no longer spending blindly, but with purpose. It puts you in the driver's seat of your finances, allowing you to make adjustments as circumstances change. When you master this skill, you'll start to notice something powerful. Financial stress diminishes. You're no longer caught off guard by unexpected expenses or living paycheck to paycheck. This peace of mind allows you to focus on building rather than just surviving. A man who controls his money controls his life. Establishing a solid budget is the first critical step in becoming financially strong and independent. Once your budget is in place, you can start directing your financial energy toward other life-changing decisions, like investing in yourself. And that leads us to the next pivotal move. The second financial decision that changes a man's life is investing in financial education and knowledge. While budgeting helps you manage what you currently have, expanding your financial knowledge opens the door to wealth-building opportunities. It's not enough to simply earn and save money. You need to understand how to make your money work for you. This is where financial education becomes critical. Learning about investing, markets, wealth management, and even personal finance strategies is what separates the average man from the one who builds lasting wealth. In today's world, ignorance is expensive. You don't need to be a financial expert to start, but every man must make a conscious decision to become financially literate. The basics, like understanding how compound interest works, or knowing the difference between assets and liabilities, can transform your financial life. Once you grasp these concepts, you'll begin to see the world differently. Opportunities become visible to the educated mind. Those who commit to learning about finances find themselves in positions of strength, while those who don't remain vulnerable. Financial education empowers you to make smart decisions that yield long-term results. For example, learning how to invest in stocks, real estate, or even starting your own business requires foundational knowledge. Each of these paths can generate wealth, but without understanding the risks and potential rewards, you might find yourself making poor choices. An informed decision-maker minimizes risk while maximizing gains. One of the most important aspects of financial education is that it's a lifelong process. Markets change, opportunities evolve, and technology shifts the landscape. A man committed to continuous learning will always be ready to adapt and take advantage of new opportunities. Whether it's through books, courses, or learning from mentors, every investment in financial education compounds over time, just like a well-managed portfolio. The man who invests in his mind never stops growing. And remember, financial education isn't just about growing wealth, it's about protecting what you've built, understanding how to manage risk and avoid scams, or how to leverage legal and tax strategies, all come from learning. So, the more you know, the more empowered you are to keep what's yours. As you grow your knowledge, you also grow your potential to build real financial independence. Now that we've discussed investing in knowledge, we move to the next life-changing decision: the choice to invest, rather than merely spend. The third financial decision that changes a man's life is choosing to invest rather than just spend. Most men spend their entire lives working for money, but the key to true financial success lies in making money work for you. This is where the power of investing comes into play. The difference between the man who invests and the man who merely spends is not just in their bank accounts, but in their futures. Spending is about satisfying immediate wants, while investing is about securing long-term growth. The man who invests today builds the foundation for his financial freedom tomorrow. Investing can take many forms, from purchasing stocks, bonds, and real estate, to starting a business or even investing in personal development. The key is to direct your money into assets that appreciate over time or generate income. Spending, on the other hand, often leads to acquiring liabilities, things that drain your wealth rather than build it. The moment you shift from a consumer mindset to an investor mindset, your entire financial future begins to transform. When you invest, you're buying time and freedom. Each dollar you invest has the potential to grow, creating a compounding effect that amplifies your wealth over the years. The earlier you start, the more powerful this compounding becomes. It's not just about the amount you invest, but the consistency and the time you give your investments to grow. Time in the market always beats timing the market. The man who chooses to consistently invest will always outperform the man who waits for the perfect moment or wastes his money on fleeting pleasures. Of course, investing comes with risk, but every man must realize that not investing is the biggest risk of all. Relying solely on your income without creating additional streams of wealth is a financial gamble that can leave you vulnerable. By investing, you're not just accumulating money, you're building security, stability, and future opportunities. Moreover, investments like real estate or stocks often generate passive income, which means your money is working for you even when you're not. The beauty of investing is that it's scalable. Whether you start with a small amount or have significant capital to deploy, the principles remain the same. Invest consistently, diversify your portfolio, and focus on long-term growth rather than short-term gains. Every wise investment decision today brings you one step closer to the financial independence that every man desires. Having explored the power of investment, we now turn to the next critical decision: planning for retirement and protecting your financial future. The fourth financial decision that changes a man's life is planning for retirement and protecting your financial future. One of the biggest mistakes men make is believing they have all the time in the world to think about retirement. But the truth is, the earlier you start planning for your future, the more secure and comfortable that future will be. Retirement isn't something to deal with later. It's something you must start preparing for today. A man who takes control of his retirement early takes control of his entire financial destiny. The reality is simple. Your ability to work and earn money won't last forever. Whether through age, health, or unforeseen circumstances, there will come a time when you'll need to rely on the wealth you've built. Waiting too long to start saving for retirement could mean working well into old age, or worse, not having enough to support yourself. The man who doesn't plan for his future is planning to struggle. One of the most powerful tools available to ensure a comfortable retirement is compound interest. The money you invest today grows exponentially over time, but the key is starting early. Even modest contributions to a retirement fund in your 20s or 30s can grow into a substantial nest egg by the time you retire. Delaying retirement savings, even by a few years, can drastically reduce your long-term gains. The earlier you start, the less pressure you'll feel later in life, and the more freedom you'll have to retire on your own terms. But retirement planning doesn't stop at simply saving money. It also involves protecting the wealth you've accumulated. This is where insurance plays a critical role. A man's financial foundation must be protected against unforeseen risks like illness, accidents, or property damage. Life insurance, health insurance, and even property insurance ensure that, in the face of life's uncertainties, your wealth and your family's well-being are safeguarded. There's no sense in building wealth if one unexpected event can wipe it all away. Another key aspect of protecting your financial future is diversification. Relying solely on one type of asset, like stocks or real estate, leaves you vulnerable to market fluctuations. A well-diversified portfolio balances different types of investments to reduce risk and increase stability. This not only protects your retirement savings, but also helps them grow steadily over time. Retirement planning and financial protection are decisions that require patience and foresight. A man who prepares for his future, protects his family, and secures his freedom. It's about more than just enjoying old age. It's about ensuring that your later years are defined by comfort and independence, not by financial strain. Now that we've discussed the importance of retirement planning and protecting your wealth, we move to the next life-changing decision: managing debt effectively. The fifth financial decision that changes a man's life is learning how to avoid bad debt and manage good debt effectively. Debt can either be a tool or a trap, depending on how you use it. Many men fall into the financial trap of accumulating debt for things that provide no long-term value: expensive cars, luxury items, or impulse purchases that drain their resources. A man who is a slave to debt is a man who has lost control of his financial destiny. The key to mastering your financial life is understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt, and knowing how to use debt to your advantage. Bad debt is any debt that depletes your wealth over time. This includes high-interest credit cards, personal loans used for non-essentials, and other forms of debt that offer no return on investment. These types of debts often come with hefty interest rates that compound against you, making it harder and harder to dig yourself out. The first step toward financial freedom is eliminating bad debt. If you're constantly paying off debts for things that don't grow in value, you'll find it nearly impossible to build wealth. Good debt, on the other hand, is debt that helps you generate more wealth. This could be a mortgage on a rental property, a loan to start or expand a business, or even student loans if they lead to higher income opportunities. When managed properly, good debt can be a powerful tool that allows you to leverage other people's money to build your own financial empire. The key is ensuring that any debt you take on will result in a return that outweighs the cost of the loan. But even good debt must be managed wisely. A man who takes on too much debt, even if it's for the right reasons, risks being over-leveraged. The true mark of financial wisdom is knowing how much debt you can handle without compromising your future. Always ensure that your debt payments are manageable and don't consume too much of your income. A good rule of thumb is to keep your total debt payments below 30% of your monthly income. One of the most powerful ways to manage debt effectively is by focusing on paying off high-interest debts first. By eliminating these financial burdens, you free up more of your income to save and invest. Additionally, negotiating better terms with lenders or refinancing when possible can reduce the financial strain. Managing debt isn't about avoiding it entirely, but about being strategic, taking on debt that builds wealth and systematically eliminating any debt that doesn't. Finally, developing the discipline to live below your means is crucial. Just because you can afford something on credit doesn't mean you should buy it. Financially successful men understand the power of delayed gratification. They prioritize their long-term goals over short-term pleasures, ensuring that every financial move they make today sets them up for a more prosperous tomorrow. Now that we've discussed the importance of managing debt, we move on to the next financial decision: building multiple streams of income. The sixth financial decision that changes a man's life is building multiple streams of income. Relying on a single source of income is one of the most common financial risks men take, often without realizing it. Whether you have a stable job or a profitable business, the reality is that circumstances can change in an instant. Industries collapse, companies downsize, economies fluctuate. A man who depends on only one income stream is vulnerable to forces beyond his control. The most financially successful men understand the power of diversification, not just in investments, but in income generation as well. Having multiple streams of income provides financial security and resilience. When one stream slows down or disappears, the others keep you afloat. This doesn't mean working multiple jobs or burning yourself out. It means creating diversified sources of revenue that grow independently of each other. These streams could include passive income from investments, side businesses, freelance work, royalties, or real estate holdings. The goal is to build a financial safety net that protects you from unexpected downturns and accelerates your path to financial independence. A common mistake men make is thinking that they need to wait until they have a lot of capital to create additional income streams. But the truth is, many income streams can be started with minimal upfront investment. For example, investing in dividend-paying stocks, renting out property, or creating digital products like ebooks or online courses can generate income while you continue your primary job. The earlier you start diversifying your income, the more time you give these streams to grow and compound. One of the most powerful ways to build multiple streams of income is through real estate. Whether it's owning rental properties, flipping houses, or investing in real estate crowdfunding platforms, real estate provides a tangible asset that can appreciate over time while also generating passive rental income. Many successful men start with one property and gradually expand their portfolios, using the cash flow from rentals to fund other investments or cover living expenses. Another effective method is building an online presence or business. In today's digital age, there are endless opportunities to create income online, whether through e-commerce, digital marketing, consulting, or content creation. These ventures can often be started in your spare time and scaled up as they become profitable. A man who creates value in the digital world taps into a global market with virtually unlimited potential. The key to building multiple income streams is consistency and focus. While it's important to diversify, you also need to dedicate time and effort to each stream to ensure it grows. Spreading yourself too thin can result in none of your ventures succeeding. So, start with one or two additional income streams, and once they are stable, move on to the next. A man who builds multiple streams of income builds a fortress around his financial future. Now that we've covered the importance of having multiple income streams, we've reached the final life-changing financial decision: consistently protecting and growing your wealth. The seventh financial decision that changes a man's life is protecting and ensuring the growth of his wealth. It's one thing to accumulate wealth, but it's another to protect it and make sure it continues to grow over time. Too often, men focus solely on building wealth without considering how easily it can be lost if proper safeguards aren't in place. A man who fails to protect his wealth is a man living on the edge of financial ruin. This is where insurance, risk management, and continual growth strategies come into play. One of the smartest financial moves any man can make is securing appropriate insurance to protect his assets and future. Whether it's life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, or property insurance, these safeguards ensure that unexpected events, such as accidents, illness, or even death, don't wipe out everything you've worked hard to build. Without protection, all your financial efforts could be undone in an instant. The right insurance policies act as a financial shield, allowing you to recover from setbacks without destroying your financial progress. Life insurance, for example, ensures that your family is taken care of in the event of your passing. This is particularly important if you are the primary breadwinner. Health insurance protects you from the often astronomical costs of medical emergencies, while disability insurance ensures you can still support yourself and your loved ones in case an injury or illness prevents you from working. Property insurance safeguards your physical assets, like your home or investment properties, from damage or loss. In addition to protecting your wealth, it's essential to ensure it continues to grow. Wealth that isn't growing is slowly being eroded by inflation and missed opportunities. This is where ongoing investment strategies and asset management come into play. Successful men understand that managing their portfolio isn't a set-it-and-forget-it process. It requires regular review and adjustment to ensure that their investments are aligned with their long-term goals and risk tolerance. Diversifying your assets is one way to protect and grow your wealth. Rather than putting all your money into one asset class, like stocks or real estate, a diversified portfolio balances risk and reward. This way, when one market underperforms, your other investments can help balance the losses. Additionally, regularly reinvesting dividends, rental income, or profits from your ventures ensures that your wealth continues to compound over time. Another key aspect of protecting your wealth is minimizing tax liabilities. The more you can legally reduce the amount of taxes you pay, the more of your wealth you keep and can reinvest. This can be achieved through tax-advantaged accounts like retirement savings plans, or through more complex strategies like utilizing trusts or offshore accounts where applicable. A man who protects his wealth ensures the longevity of his financial success. Just as you wouldn't build a home without a solid foundation, you shouldn't build wealth without a plan to safeguard it from life's inevitable challenges. By combining smart protection measures with continual investment growth strategies, you not only maintain your current lifestyle but also create a lasting legacy for future generations. With these 7 financial decisions, a man builds not just wealth, but a life of financial freedom, security, and opportunity.